We've spent the last few class sessions talking about conversational skills in isolation. So, going over the basics such as turn taking, listening versus speaking, knowing when to interrupt, and how to appropriately gain attention. And now we're going to look at a functional application of those conversational skills, and that's in the workplace. This is part of learning about interpersonal communication skills, which is how we communicate or convey our thoughts, wants, needs, etc., to people that we work with, those who are around us, whether it's coworkers or customers. So, work conversations 101. Once you find a job, you'll find quickly that there is an appropriate, cool way of talking with your coworkers and customers. And so, really, the core of what we're going to talk about today is how to implement all of the smaller skill sets that we've been learning about in a practical way. And so, for all of those skill sets that we've covered, we want to make sure that our work conversations are professional, polite, and short. Short in the sense that you can still converse with someone and get to know someone, but you really want to focus on your job at hand, what your job responsibilities are. It's totally cool to get to know your coworkers and even to ask customers how they're doing, but we want to make sure that we're not losing focus of why we're there in the first place, which is we have a job to do. So there are some do's and don'ts of business conversation or workplace conversation, and some don'ts, which are things that we are not going to do. We're not going to frown or ramble. Ramble is where you go on and on about a topic that either people don't want to talk about or they're uninterested in. And so that's why I said, let's keep our conversation short. We don't want to mutter, which is where we talk in like a level one voice so that no one can really hear what we're saying and we talk fast. We don't want to sound tired or speak negatively. And this is a tough one because I know a lot of times some of us speak in a monotone voice, but we want to speak with a positive voice because otherwise it comes out as maybe you sound tired or you sound negative. So some do's, you want to smile, you want to listen, discuss, be enthusiastic, be excited about your job. Not too excited to where you put people off, but be excited to be there. You know, that helps kind of create that mindset of you love your job and you want to do the best at it, and that, you know, translates into action, right? You want to speak clearly and concisely. That means other people can understand what you're saying, and just talk in your normal voice. All right. And so good communication is really important because this is a huge part of how you get along with your coworkers, but also it's what keeps people coming back to your workplace, to your establishment. Customers who receive a good communication experience are more likely to recommend the place that you work at to a friend or purchase more products in the future and write a positive review than our customers who have a poor communication experience. So we want to keep that in mind. They have that saying, it's called the customer is always right. And that might not always be the case in truth, but we definitely want to treat the customers with respect. And so the customer always deserves respect, whether they are right or wrong. All right, so here's some different groups that we're going to be talking with in our job. So there's boss and management. So when we speak to our boss, it is super important to keep in mind the following. Make sure to address them by their preferred title, Mr. or Mrs., Sir or Ma'am. Some people don't prefer gender-specific terms, and so they might just want to be called they, them, and that's totally okay. We want to respect that. And if you don't remember, it's okay to politely ask what their preferred title is. Again, you want to maintain professional boundaries, and so asking them, hello, just to confirm, what is your preferred title? You know, how would you like me to refer to you going forward, especially in front of, coworkers and customers? Because you might know that, for example, your boss's name is Bob, but you don't want to call him Bob in front of customers because it kind of undermines his authority. And when you're speaking with your boss or management, you want to listen and follow through on whatever feedback or advice they provide you with, because they effectively are the ones who maybe if they didn't hire you, they're responsible for making sure that you are doing your job. And so if you're not following through with the feedback they give you, that can be grounds for termination, and we don't want to lose our jobs. Also, it's definitely easy to have our feelings hurt or to take something personal. But please remember that when you're at work, you need to maintain a calm, respectful demeanor, even if they have constructive criticism of your work performance. So let's say that you thought you did a really good job of something and your boss thought you did a good job too, but found an area where you can improve on. Always look at that as an opportunity to better yourself rather than something that they maybe don't like about you or that they think you did wrong. Think about it in a positive way, okay? It really helps to reframe and tame the situation in your mind. Now, your coworkers are your peers at your job, okay? So when we speak to our coworkers, it's important to speak clearly and directly so that they know exactly what you mean. So if you need help or assistance, you have to convey that in a clear manner. Excuse me, I need help, please. And then you tell them what you need help with. I need help setting the table. I need help taking this customer's order, or I need help organizing the stock shelves, okay? Now, it's totally okay to be friendly with coworkers and share your interests, but make sure to keep it professional. So don't let any conversations interfere with your work responsibilities. Maybe you and your coworker both saw the Star Wars movie over the weekend, or a Star Wars movie, and so you want to talk about it at work because you're both fans. That's cool, but there's a time and place for that. Ideally when you're on a break, or maybe before or after work, because during work you should be focused on your job. And then most importantly, treat them with respect. Even if you do not like them, or if you think they are rude or mean, or you just don't get along with them for whatever reason, these are people that you are going to work with for, whether you like it or not. So treat them with respect. Customers. So customers are people who shop at your establishment, the place that you work at. So when speaking to customers, be polite and approachable if they need help. You want to smile. You want to be in the area where they're at, but don't hover. Hover means you stand really close to them, waiting to see if they need help. You can stand in the general area, but you want to give them their own personal space and let them feel free to shop. And if they have a question, they'll find you. It is totally okay to be friendly with customers and engage in polite small talk. So you can greet them, say, hello, how are you doing? Asking how their day is going, or if they need any help with their shopping experience. Is there anything I can do to improve your day? Do you need help finding anything? Make sure that the communication you have with customers is largely work related, although it is okay to strike up small talk with them. Just make sure you're not rambling. You're not going on and on about a topic. Usually you can tell by the customer's facial cues. So what emotions are they feeling on their face? Are they starting to look worried? Do they look annoyed? We can take a lot from their facial cues. And just as always, treat them with respect, even if they respond in a rude or mean way. Some people, especially when they need to return things, or they're trying to find something, they're in a hurry, they don't act in the kindest way possible. And so we want to just, we can't control them. We can only control ourselves and how we respond. So treating them with respect and being calm. And so in our lesson today, we'll go over work conversation scenarios with the different groups of people that you'll likely interact with. And that's, again, your boss, your coworkers, and customers.